We're back for season 2.
Yes, it's bigger. It's badder. It's
Oh, just get on with it.
Bad Scripts.
Oh, and welcome back to Bad Scripts. It's me, Steve Jones, here again with the man who makes it all possible and, frankly, from my perspective, all worthwhile. Please welcome Mr. Mike Garlia. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Steve. Did you rehearse that? Was that rehearsed?
No,
that was slick.
Off the cuff. That you know me, I am slick. They call me Slick Jones. Except nobody does.
I've never known anyone to call you Slick Jones, but now I think I will call you Slick. Can I call you that from now on?
That's going to be my
the
new
entire
nickname.
time I've known you. I've never. That's Slick Jones. It sounds pretty slick, to be honest. But
if I do that, can I? Does that mean I have to have a toothpick in my mouth at all times when I'm talking to you and wear a Stetson? I'm just thinking maybe if my nickname is Slick, that might be something I have to go with.
No, I think that's too cliched. I think to really pull off the Slick moniker, you need a black leather jacket, white t-shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, white socks,
and have oil trailing behind me.
No, likewise, Steve. That's so nice of you to say. It is a pleasure as always to be back with you to continue our story. So thank you for continuing on the show.
Yeah, it's good to be back. We've got an action-packed few scenes, a lot of fun to come, plenty of alcohol as well. It's raging hot here, isn't it, at the moment? It has been for the last couple of weeks. So enjoying the summertime and really getting into the,
Which
the beat.
Is quite apt because we are literally, the script is unfolding in real time. The seasons are changing, so they say, and we are in full summer season now. So as we know from the last time we jumped along, and do you know when people say Christmas, it doesn't feel like Christmas, or now it feels like Christmas and stuff. That's the thing. Is that a thing about summer? Like, it doesn't feel like summer, because I know the environment and the weather dictates that. But for me personally, it's music. And I don't know if you notice this, the music shifts on the radio. It shifts a little bit, becomes a little bit lighter, a bit more tropical. And I was just wondering, I was thinking about this actually the other day, and I thought, of all the summer songs that's ever been released, that makes you think, Steve, that, yeah, it's summer now. Oh, yeah, baby. What is your summer anthem?
I was thinking about this not long ago, and it's a weird thing with me and music, because I don't have overall favorites. I have things that I'll go to and I'll digest in multiplicity, but there's a few sort of anthems out there, and a lot of them really, for ones that remind me of summer, take me back to our days on resort, and they're all the like the party tunes, the old Black Lace numbers, or YMCA doing a bit of steps or something like that. It just reminds me, the Ketchup song. If you hear the Ketchup song, it reminds you of someone dancing by the side of a swimming pool in a really low budget video.
What was the Ketchup song again?
The hippie to the hippie to the happy and the booey and the booey beat. Do you remember that one?
I'm sorry if there's any Spanish listening to this right now. That is not Steve trying to do Spanish. No, I do remember. I completely forgot about that. There was a song called The Ketchup. Did it? I can't remember having much to do with was it about shaking like a ketchup bottle or something?
I don't know whether they just went, yeah, ketchup is actually a condiment and a very popular one, and therefore we'll just call it the ketchup. So last ketchup, I think they called it.
Last ketchup, because now ketchup comes in a squeaky bottle thing.
Squeaky bottles.
Squeaky bottle.
Squeezy bottle. Yeah.
So your summer anthems then are the songs that rouse and get you up and get you dancing and
I tell you one that really, okay, so I thought about this. Walking on Sunshine, Katrina and the Waves. It just gets people up dancing, and it's singing about the summer,
because they're walking on sunshine.
Exactly.
Literally, they are so happy. They are so happy the sunshine is between their feet. Do you want to know what mine is?
Go on, tell me. I'm dying to know.
Okay, I'll give you a clue and see if you can guess. Okay.
Is it the Brokeback Mountain theme tune?
That's my second.
Okay.
And it was a close first. but it was my second.
It was touching tips. It was that close.
It was touch and go for a while, definitely. But no, that is not my favorite. My favorite, let me see if you can guess it. So it's a very, very famous recording artist who's also a very, very famous movie star.
You may have to continue elaborating.
Doesn't release much anymore, but
we're all going on a summer holiday. Cliff Richard.
It's not Cliff Richard.
But he was a movie star and he sang about the summer. What?
He did. I think he's about probably 60 or 70 years too late for me, I'm afraid. But
too early,
no,
do you mean?
No, it definitely not the legend that is Cliff Richard. Second guess.
Elvis Presley? No, that's about the same time. So
it wasn't Elvis. Come on, you need to bring it forward up a few notches here.
But I'm trying to think. All right, movie star recording artist. I'm struggling on that.
Very
one.
vague. That's very vague.
I'll
drop it down. I'll give you another clue. Okay, he made a very famous sitcom in the 80s and 90s.
See, I've never heard Ted Danson sing, so I don't know.
And I don't think Ted has released an album or greatest hits just yet.
Or Jerry Seinfeld. I'm just kind of struggling on this one. It's not.
Third clue.
It's not Tony Danza, is it? Who's the boss? No.
No. Third clue. Third and final clue. Steve, you're failing here. I thought you'd get this. He teamed up with a other person who was a DJ.
So I get where we're going now. I realize what you're talking about now. It's because she said singer, so I'm thinking more on the rap side now when you say that, because I know he kind of was more of a rap. And I'm assuming we're talking about Mr. Fisticuffs, Will Smith.
We are well done. You've got the artist Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. But which song? Now this is the question.
Summertime.
It could be. You see, I knew you're going to say summertime. No, it's not summertime. Summertime is not my summer anthem.
Boom, Shake the Room.
It's that's so good. No, it's not Boom Shake the Room.
Is it then? Well, is it Big Willie Style?
It's not Big Willie Style. Okay. Have you got the CD? He's going to see. It's not Big Willie Style. I think that was the name of the album.
Yeah. But what was the?
Getting jiggy with it.
Getting jiggy with it. Oh, you're making this difficult. It's not Men in Black, surely. No.
Come on, it's not Men in Black. It is. Okay.
Wild Wild West.
It's not Wild Wild West.
Wild.
It's one word.
You're gonna have to tell me.
It's one word only.
Not Millennium.
It's not Millennium. Okay, I'll try and dun. Yeah. Dun.
Nope.
You have felt there are people listening to this screaming while they're driving the answer to this question, Steve. You would fail in a quiz. My favorite summer anthem of all time by the artist known as Will Smith is Miami.
Yes. Well, if you just said it was a place, I would have got that straight away.
I gave you three amazing clues there. So no, it's not Cliff Richard. It's not Elvis Presley.
If you just said it, every day is like a Mardi Gras, I would have got that with,
Every day party all day, no work or play. Okay, so it just anyway. So any other summer anthems like that? Yeah, ladies at the bar running up a high bill. Anyway, anyone else out there has a particular summer anthem? Let us know. Write it into us. Tell us.
We'll put the question on our socials after this episode is released, just to canvass your opinion. So make sure you reply on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Hit us up on there. So that would be cool. So Mike, we're back with more scenes from chapter 2 of season 2. We had a little hiatus, but we're back again, and it's all good fun and games. What do you say we just jump right in and find out what's going on down at Camp Holidays?
The summer has begun. Let's do it. Yeah.
Interior fun pub night. Ali is stood with Paula, and she looks across to see Adam striding across the dance floor. She smiles at him, but doesn't manage to catch his eye. She takes a gulp of her drink and places it on the bar before striding towards Adam. As she's about to reach him, she notices he picks up his jacket and makes his way to the exit, hand in hand with an unknown blonde girl. They smile and giggle together as Adam puts his coat over her shoulders. Ali stops in her tracks and gingerly makes her way back to the bar where Paula has stood. Another drink.
Ah, fuck it, why not?
Looks like all your lovey friends have buggered off without you. Paula points to the now empty booth where the cast members were sat.
Even better.
You don't seem to like them much.
And it's not that. Most of them are great when it's just you and them. But when they're together, though, it's like this arrogance sets in. It's hard to explain. Plus, some of them know each other. I always feel like the oddball.
What you've described there is exactly my life.
Being arrogant.
No, an oddball.
I don't think you're an oddball.
I like it, to be honest, though. Unique, different. I learned a long time ago to love myself instead of feeling like I didn't belong anywhere. That was before I got a tidy bod and a brilliant sense of humour, though.
Modesty too, eh?
They both laugh.
There's one I'm not fond of, though. Sally.
And which one's Sally?
The one at the back. Jet black hair. You know, Wednesday Addams vibes.
Ah, the super hot one.
She's head girl.
What's a head girl do?
Well, she's supposed to keep us all in check. I don't think she likes me much, though. Always making faces at me.
Maybe she fancies you.
Maybe you fancy her.
Anyway, drinks now, lest I sober up. Both girls, laughing, walk to the bar hand in hand. As they get there, they cuddle in solidarity and friendship.
In solidarity and friendship.
Just to reaffirm that there's nothing going on between the two of them there with you.
Yeah, they are stood. They are stood side by side together, and they are friends.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But we are sort of getting a hint that maybe Paula's plays both sides of the market. Maybe she's interested in dalliances of all kinds.
I think she might. I think a certain Sally might have taken her eye a little bit there.
You never know, do you? I mean, but she kind of played that down. She wasn't very forthcoming with that, I think. But then at that time, I suppose things were. People were a little bit more shy about coming forward with these things, you know. So you didn't know necessarily who would be an ally and who wouldn't.
This is true, but and for the sake of the listeners that aren't familiar with terms, do we need to explain what head boy and head girl is? Do we need to talk about that?
So. I think a lot of schools have head boys and girls, and a lot of dance troupes. So you know, a lot of casts have a head boy and girl. Basically, they're like your what would you have called them at school? Sometimes referred to them as a prefect or something. But yeah, so they're basically the cast's liaison with the management or choreography director, just to try and keep everything in order.
Keep them in check. They have big sticks and they are not afraid to use them. So you probably guessed, dear listeners, that we are still on our night out from our last episode. We're straight back in there. Adam's left with a girl. Looks like Ali was looking to reaffirm some romantic feelings there, but just never quite got the chance.
Yeah, I mean, I do wonder with this thing, you know, I mean, because obviously I know we're writing it, but you feel that Ali is looking not necessarily for anything special, but it's a comfortable place to go when you're not feeling 100% yourself. That time with Adam is perhaps a little bit of a comfort blanket. But then
and we
seeing
like
him,
comfort blankets.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice. I'm wrapped in one right now. But if you feel that sense of ease with somebody, and you're saying no strings, this is just fun. But then you see them with someone else. I don't know if you've been there, Mike, but it can twinge on you a little bit, and you sort of realize, oh, maybe I'm not as removed from the situation as probably I should be.
Oh yeah, I always take it personally every single time. I accost them. I go barging up to their place of residence. I slam on the door. I scream, "Why?" It gets messy.
Okay. On that note, we'll move on. Exterior holiday camp entrance, night. A taxi pulls up at the side of the road. and out gets Dan, Mushy, Paula, and Ali, as they unsteadily try to compose themselves. They stumble up to the main gate, laughing and joking as they noisily try to shush each other up. Dan is holding on to Mushy, who doesn't seem to know or care what planet he's on. They're approached by a stern-looking security guard. Passers. Password. Ooh, I like this game. Smurf poo.
Smurf poo? What are you on about?
He asked me for the password.
No, he said passes.
I'm saying show your passes and keep the noise down. Hey, all right, easy fella. We're just having a laugh. Keep going and I'll not let you in.
Yeah, we live here. In the caravans up there.
The security guard looks over. You're at the wrong entrance then. You'll need to go up there. Mate, can't you just let us in here? It's quicker. No. The four of them step back and turn around, making their way up the road towards the caravan side. The security guard steps out into the road, watching them walk/sway away. Bloody CampCoats. Exterior, caravan site, night. Adam is walking across the field, tucking his shirt into his jeans and straightening his hair. He stops when he hears a commotion at the front gate. He walks over and sees Paula, Ali, Mushy and Dan at the gate with yet another security guard. Adam walks over.
What's going on?
Adam, mate.
Adam, we need your help.
This prat won't let Mushy in. Adam walks over and sees the security guard looking annoyed.
Everything all right? He doesn't have a pass. No. So I cannot let him in. Resort policy. I forgot it. He does work here, mate. We've told him that already. No pass, no entrance. I've told you that already. Who are you? God?
The security guard's expression changes to a look of menace.
You better walk away, lad, if you know what's best for you. He didn't mean that. He's just drunk. I meant it. Look at him, thinking he's all right with his uniform and walkie-talkie.
The security guard takes a step forward. Adam steps into him to help calm down.
I'll go get his pass, yeah? So I can prove he works here. Guys, what's his number?
Mushy, mate, where's your van? Mushy points at the caravans. No idea which one he means.
I need a number, Dan.
What's the number, mate?
46, I think. What? Did he say 46? No. 64. 64? It has a 4 in it and a 3.
Mushy starts laughing to himself, clearly amused. Adam turns to the security guard.
Good luck with that. They only go up to 40. Mushy, mate, none of them are right.
They all look at Mushy, who is struggling to maintain consciousness. You'll not get any sense out of him tonight.
Look, mate, can you do me a favour and let them in? They're all coats here. I'll take Mushy into my van, number 22 over there, and he can stay with me till he sobers. Take our names down and then we'll clear it up in the morning, yeah? Well, what if you give me fake names? We live here. Why would we do that? So you don't get caught. It'll be my neck if there are a bunch of non-residents mucking about on the resort. Mate, it's late. I promise we work here. In the ends department. And besides, you see us every day, right? In those purple jackets?
The security guard muses this over for a few seconds.
All right. I'll let it go this once. Thank you. Everyone, come on in. Back to mine. And tell that loudmouth prat when he comes round, if he ever cheats me off again, I'll knock him into next week. Any run-ins with security there, Steve? Did you have any problems?
I think we can honestly say that one was drawn directly from our own experiences, was it not?
It was. So not getting the right entrance was one of them. If you go to the
when you've had a drink, sometimes that happens, doesn't it?
Well, sometimes we call that a near miss or a near hit. Depends on your perspective. That was common practice that if you stepped off without a pass and it's 2:00 in the morning, you have to try and sweet talk your way back in.
Exactly. And it was like, I'm not, I see you every other day. You know my face. You recognize me. We've been here for months doing this game, but because I don't have my pass, you're pretending you've never seen me before. So that was always a challenge.
But let's look at it from this perspective, right? Because we only ever had those situations when we were slightly to very inebriated and often late at night. You're a security guard. You're getting paid to do a job. You're stone cold sober and you're manning a security gate with a little, almost like a one-man hut that you can get into. And then these drunken revelers come in and try and talk themselves onto camp. Whether you know them or not, they're going to annoy you just for the fact that they look like they're having a good time when they're drunk, right?
I feel like there's kind of a personal experience here for you and some of your own experiences more recently, maybe. And those that know you will know what you're talking about. But there we go.
Yes, that did happen, and I did. Yes. Anyway, but there is a line in there that was true, wasn't it? And do you remember that? Do you remember running with a bouncer?
I do, and it was in a town in Yorkshire. We went on a night out, and somebody had to go out of the queue. I think we've been in the queue for like an hour, and you needed a wee. So went off to find a toilet, came back to join the queue, and wouldn't let you back in the queue, the security guard, even though you were like, but I had to go for a pee. I couldn't wait any longer. So, I had to go. There's nothing I could do. And they were like, no, you have to go to the back of the queue. And that was when you turned around, slightly inebriated, and said, who are you, God? And the rest of us sort of thought, we're not getting in here tonight now. That's not going to happen.
No, I just remember him looking at me and went, just walk away. Walk away. So he obviously must have been very religious because he took great offense by that. And to this day, I feel justified in my comment to him. It was a question. He could have said, no, I'm not God, but thanks for recognizing it. Or yes, I am God. And in which case I go, great, give us a miracle and let us in. But in fact, that didn't happen. And yes, we did go home with our tail between our legs, and thoughts of flights of fancy of pulling the opposite sex quickly disappeared. And it was all my fault.
Interior, caravan, night. The gang are all sat in the living room of the caravan. Mushy is sitting on the floor against the wall, whilst the rest of them are lounging on the sofas. Dan is in the kitchen area, firing up a large chip pan. Adam is stood by the large wood-frame TV, a selection of videotapes in his hand.
How about this one? Staying Alive.
Oh, God, no. Why do we even have that?
Well, we used to live with Robin and he just left it. Anyway, I thought you diehard dancers loved that stuff.
Have you actually got anything decent to watch?
Well, what do you fancy?
What have you got? Any hodders?
Not many. Trolls, critters, demons.
No, like a slasher or a ghost film?
No way. I'm not staying if it's Poltergeist. I don't have anything like that. Let's just put some music on. Let's see what you've got.
Dan shouts in from the kitchen area. Oil's nearly ready. Who's up for a Dan special? Homemade triple fried chips and sausage sandwiches. Ooh, yeah. I'm starving.
Shite.
My sandwich is a masterpiece, actually.
No, the music collection.
Blame Adam, they're all his. The bedroom door swings open, and out walks a bleary-eyed Paul, wearing nothing but a pair of tatty boxers, his thin, wiry frame looking odd and awkward even without clothes, his lank hair hanging down as he winces at the light hitting his eyes.
What you all doing here?
Adam steps across.
Oh, Paul, sorry for waking you, mate. I invited them back for something to eat. I thought you were out for the night. Oh, well, I've got work in 4 hours.
Paul notices Paula and Ali looking at him. He suddenly brightens up and pushes his hair out of his face.
We'll get going. Nah. That's okay. What sleep, eh? Nothing like a 2 a.m. House party?
Paul scans the room, noticing Mushy half asleep on the floor.
You a bit pissed?
Happens to the best of us. She salutes Mushy. Paul walks over to Mushy and taps him on the forehead.
You all right, sunshine? Can't take your drink, eh? Yeah, fuck off, mate.
Mushy pushes him back as Paul laughs out loud, his bony ribs heaving in and out as he turns into a rattling cough.
Where are my manners? Who wants a drink?
We haven't got any in, mate. Paul winks, a toothy smile.
Amateurs. Never you mind that.
Paul walks back to his small room, closing the door behind him. Nice going, mate.
I thought he was out. Who is he?
It's the creep from the fairground, Paul, the supervisor. Paul returns wearing a hoodie over his bare chest. It somehow makes him look more hunched than ever. He carries a bottle of Martini extra dry and squeezes his way into the middle of Ali and Paula. In his other hand is a CD. He throws it at Adam.
Put that on. Bit of trance music and passes a few glasses, yeah? Shots for all.
Adam obliges, and heavy music fills the caravan. Adam puts down 4 mugs and 2 glasses.
You two like Martini?
Oh, you know it. I love it, Paul. Neat and extra dry. Extra dry.
Oh, I bet you do. You're much more my cup of tea than the other one.
Other one?
Yeah, that Robin fella. What's he talking about?
Long story. I'll fill you in later.
You were saying how much you both wanted to bang me, remember?
Paula nearly chokes on a martini. Ali looks surprised, and Mushy's eyes suddenly open. Even Dan and Adam are staring at them.
Sounds like Robin, all right.
Adam and Dan burst into laughter. Paul looks confused as he reaches over to an ashtray and starts emptying the contents of ash and tobacco from the discarded burnt stubs. They all watch, captivated, as his long, yellowing fingernails make a new roll-up from this waste. He takes a long drag and offers it to the girls. They both decline. Right, who's ready for my heart attack on a plate then? Cheapest sausages money can buy, deep fried in matured lard with a side of Safeway's finest and wonkiest potatoes. Oh, that sounds amazing. Dan puts a plate of fried food down, as most of them took in. There's just one half left, which Paul leans in to get. Mind if that's a mushy, mate? No offence, but he needs some stodge in him. Paul looks at him and passes over the plate.
Cheers.
Mushy pushes a handful of greasy sandwich into his mouth as everyone eats in silence. Paul takes a gulp directly out of his martini bottle, and then he offers the girls another round. Seeing this, they quickly decline. He shrugs his shoulders and takes another swig.
Man, if I have a swig of that, mate. Nah, you've had enough. Well, I feel all right now. Dan sorted me out good and proper, ain't he? Well, I don't have much left. And you've got duties tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Day off. All right. You want some of this then?
Mushy smiles and nods his head, holding out his hand to take the bottle. Paul leans in to oblige, and before it reaches him, he puts the rim to his lips and takes long swallows, finishing it off. He looks back at Mushy, smiling.
Oops. Sorry, mate. All gone.
Mushy nods his head.
Here, Paul. Anyone tell you who you really look like?
There is a brief silence as the gang turn to look at Paul.
Burns. You know, a geezer from The Simpsons. Yeah, He's a skinny, ugly git as well.
The girls giggle, trying hard not to burst out laughing. Mushy sees this reaction and smiles. Before he knows it, the heavy glass ashtray crashes into the caravan wall right behind his head, ricocheting off and emptying ash over Mushy and the floor. A surprised hush fills the caravan as Paul still sits there, glaring at Mushy. What the hell, man? You could have killed him.
If I was trying to do that, he'd be dead already.
Mushy tries to stand up.
What? You want some burns, yeah? Come on. Come on, Paula, come on. Let's get going. We'll take Mushy with us.
The two girls help Mushy up and guide him to the door. They open it and step outside. Adam runs to the door and grabs Ali's hand as she moves away from the door.
Hey, Ali, where are you going? Back to mine. Why? Really? Stay here. Spend the night. It's the morning, Adam, and I don't think that's a good idea. It's a great idea. We can just cuddle. Cuddle. If you want an after-sex squeeze, then go back and see that blonde you left with. Oh, don't be like that. We were just having some fun. Nothing in it. Okay. Good to know. Night, Adam.
Ali leaves and Adam closes the door, walking back into the living area and watching as Dan is picking up cigarette butts from the floor. That was a bit psycho, mate.
Well, no one calls me Mr. Burns. Not anymore.
Adam and Dan share a look.
You guys fancy another drink? Not if it's Martini.
Paul walks to his room and comes out with a bottle of whiskey. Rack 'em up then. Paul pours 3 large shots into the mugs.
Let's watch Critters. I'll put it on.
Adam lines the tape into the player and presses play. The 3 boys sit down facing the old TV and clink their glasses.
Oh, man. Which selfish bugger didn't rewind it?
Ooh, so that was a bit exciting. And, and a little bit scary, a little bit gross, all in one.
Look, yeah, we do not paint Paul in a good light, do we? At all. It's only when you read it out loud and then I'm imagining what it looks like. When you're writing at the time, you just, oh, okay. Are you gonna say anything about this?
Well, this is based again on a real experience with somebody that actually we didn't even change the name of.
We didn't change that name.
A genuine situation where a guy called Paul, who lived with us and probably was the grossest housemate I've ever had. I don't know about you.
A country mile apart from you.
Oh, he used to rifle through the ashtrays, finding all the stubs of the cigarettes he'd smoked for the week before to get all the scraps of tobacco to roll up in new papers and make, butt end cigarettes. And it was just the smell. It was just so gross.
And I hope I've done his accent justice because he did genuinely kind of speak like that. He had that kind of cadence.
There was a kind of whine to it, like a motor that was failing, some sort of.
So am I doing it justice then?
I don't. That's purely for the audience to decide. I think if they like.
Well, that situation with the ashtray, what really happened? It was such a surprise. We were genuinely sat there, and
I was at work when that happened.
Oh, was you not there?
Yeah, well, I came back and heard all about it. I was like, "What the hell's going on? Why is there ash all over the floor?"
He genuinely. So another person sitting on the floor, who, we were all having a few drinks, called him Mr. Burns, and he launched this really heavy, proper crystal glass. The old style 1980s ashtrays, the really heavy ones, full pellet head, and it's only because he moved his head in time that it hit the wall behind us, and it stopped us all dead. And we were just like, "What the hell?" And he was like, "No one calls me Mr. Burns, not anymore." And we were just like, "There's something there. There's something there."
Yeah. But, that's the story. There's a story there, though, isn't there? If he goes "not anymore," that's a genuine story. He's obviously not the first time he's heard it, and I mean, it is awful because nobody can help their appearance like that. But when you make yourself a target like that by being such a creep to the girls and being so gross, it's no surprise that people are going to pick up on that stuff and sort of put you in your place.
My bedroom was next to the bathroom, the shared bathroom, and you had a little buffer at least because his bedroom was in the middle, just as we described, and then yours was on the left-hand side of that. We'll write it in future episodes. I can only try and describe the
morning
noises,
routine?
the morning routine, and the noises that I was privy to every morning without fail. Because he used to get up earlier than us to start his role. It was always really early in the morning. Anyway, we won't go into
save that.
We'll
save
us somewhat. But if you think this is disgusting, we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg yet when it came to
grossness,
living habits, and grossness, and something that will stay with us a lot. I know over the years we've spoke about it many times and laughed about it and stuff, and and if you are out there, mate, hey, good luck to you.
Hope you're well.
Hope you're well.
Oh dear, you wouldn't get that mess now, would you? Because they'd be vaping, but you can't really vape the dregs, can you? I suppose it's not really the same thing.
There used to be this thing. I don't know if it was ever real, or maybe it was an urban myth or something. But I always got told that if you empty the remnant ash and burnt tobacco from a used cigarette, it actually has a greater risk of getting cancer from that. It's like that will give you cancer, and I don't know if it was a myth or something. But I always grew up believing that. And one thing I've never ever done is that. But it was hypnotizing to watch it. The yellowing fingers and the art of literally taking what was used cigarettes to make new cigarettes and then smoking them and relishing it at the same time.
You could say he was an early adopter recycler, I suppose. But yeah, you know what? It was weird as well, because when you look back at it, the guy wasn't that old, really. I mean, he was a bit older than us, so we saw him as older. But he must have been in his late 20s, early 30s. But like you say, yellowing fingers, the lank hair, the hunched frame. He seemed like an old man at the time, so God knows what state he's in now. But fingers crossed he's okay, and he's turned his life around, and he's no longer drinking Martini extra dry.
Simpson, eh? Excellent, Smithers. Okay, I think that seems like a natural conclusion there, doesn't it? To our evening,
it does. We've got much more to come. The morning after, the night before, and what's going to happen next. But you can find out about that on our very next episode. On that note, Mike, I guess we should wrap things up for today. Have you got for us some words of wisdom to take us through to next week and for people to ponder? Tell us what we need to hold into our minds for this week's episode, and what is our learning?
I would say, as you go into this summer, if you haven't listened to your summer anthem yet, put it on wherever you are, full blast. Remember that moment it impacted you and go back to that moment in time and create the summer of your dreams from it.
Well, that was very poignant, Mike. I want to thank you. I'm just about to go and put the last ketchup on, and make sure you all enjoy your summer tunes. We'll see you next time on Bad Scripts. But for now, goodbye. Bad Scripts was written and performed by Mike Garlia and Steve Jones, a Beach Tide production.